Imagine pouring your heart and soul into a band for over 2 decades, only to find someone else profiting off your name and potentially harming your fans. That's exactly what's happening to Slipknot, the iconic heavy metal band hailing from Des Moines, Iowa. They're locked in a legal battle to reclaim what they believe is rightfully theirs, the domain name Slipknot.com. Slipknot has officially filed a federal lawsuit in the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Virginia, Alexandria Division, against the anonymous owner of the Slipknot.com domain. Their argument? This individual's use of the domain is actively damaging the band's reputation and, more importantly, hurting their loyal fan base. But here's where it gets controversial. How can a simple website cause so much damage? Currently, Slipknot's official online home is slipknot1.com. This is where you can find all the legitimate information about the band, tour dates, official merchandise, music releases, and everything else a true maggot, as Slipknot fans affectionately call themselves, could want. However, if you mistakenly type in slipknot.com, you're directed to a completely different website. And this is the part most people miss. This imposter website primarily features links to purchase items like Slipknot-themed masks. On the surface, it might seem harmless, but Slipknot alleges that these are counterfeit goods. The band claims these counterfeit goods are not just impacting their bottom line, but actively deceiving fans into buying low-quality, unauthorized merchandise. Think about it. A young fan, excited to finally own a piece of Slipknot memorabilia, unknowingly buys a cheap imitation that falls apart after a few uses. That's the kind of harm Slipknot is trying to prevent. What makes this case even more frustrating for the band is that, according to them, the owner of Slipknot.com has remained largely anonymous. Multiple domain lookups have failed to reveal the individual or entity behind the website. This lack of transparency makes it difficult for Slipknot to directly address the issue and negotiate a resolution. For over 25 years, this has been going on. Therefore, Slipknot is now turning to the courts, hoping a judge will order the transfer of the Slipknot.com domain to their control. As of October 20th, 2025, the potentially infringing website remains active. This case raises some interesting questions about intellectual property in the digital age. Who should have the right to a domain name, especially when it's closely associated with a well-known brand? And what responsibilities do domain registrars have in preventing this type of cybersquatting? But here's another point to ponder. Is the band's current name, Slipknot1.com, inviting confusion? Does it make them appear less legitimate than they actually are? What do you think? Should Slipknot be able to claim Slipknot.com even if someone else registered it first? Or does the current owner have a right to maintain control of the domain? Share your thoughts in the comments below.